The video showcases a static scene featuring an instructional message on how to exit full screen mode. The text. The video displays a series of frames that highlight the instruction to exit full screen mode by pressing the. This video sequence simply shows a dark screen with no visible actions, movements, objects, or changes in. The video shows a dark screen without any visible actions, movements, or changes in the environment. The video consistently displays a dark, uniform background without any visible changes or movements. There are no discern. The sequence consists of 4 frames, each depicting a completely dark screen. There are no visible action. The entire sequence is completely dark, with no visible actions or changes in the environment. The video shows a series of frames completely filled with blackness, indicating either an error in loading the entire sequence is entirely black, with no visible actions or changes in the environment. It seems like the scene is a static display of complete darkness, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue where the video consists of a sequence of frames that are entirely black, suggesting either an error in loading the entire sequence is entirely black, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue where no footage was. The video features a sequence of frames entirely in black, suggesting either an intentional blackout or technical issues with. There is an absence of any visible actions, objects, or changes in the environment throughout the entire sequence. The entire sequence is entirely black, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue when no footage was. The video consists entirely of black frames, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue where no footage. The video consistently displays a completely black screen, suggesting either an intentional blackout or the absence of recorded content. The video is entirely composed of black frames, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue in no. The video is composed of multiple clips, each showing a completely black screen. There are no visible objects. The video consists of several clips, each showing a completely black screen. There is no visible movement or. The video is entirely composed of black frames, indicating either an intentional blackout or a technical issue in no. The video consists of a sequence of frames displaying a completely black screen. There are no visible objects. The video displays a sequence of completely black frames throughout, suggesting either an intentional blackout or a technical issue. The video features a continuous display of black frames throughout, with no visible objects or changes in the environment. The video shows a completely black screen throughout, without any visible content or changes in the environment. this. The video is composed of a series of completely black frames, with no discernible objects or changes in. The video features a sequence of completely black frames, indicating either no visual content or an error in rendering. The video presents a sequence of frames that are entirely black. There is no visible action, movement, The video consists of a series of frames that are uniformly black, indicating either no visual content or an. The video consistently shows a completely black screen throughout, without any visible objects. Actions or changes in. The video presents a series of frames where the entire screen is black, indicating no visual content or actions. The video is entirely composed of uniformly black frames, indicating either no visual content or intentional blackout. There. The video continuously displays a completely black screen, devoid of any visual content or activities. The entire sequence. The video is entirely composed of uniformly black frames, indicating either a deliberate blackout or no visual content. The video shows a completely black screen throughout, suggesting either an intentional blackout or no footage capture. The video presents a continuous display of entirely black frames, with no variation in visuals throughout. This suggests the video is entirely composed of uniformly black frames, with no variation in visuals throughout. This suggests that the video content consists of uniformly black frame. There are no discernible objects, actions, or changes. The video features a consistent display of entirely black frames throughout its duration, with no variations in visual or the video presents a static and uniform display of black frames, indicating no visual content is available. There. The video consists of a series of frames that are entirely black, indicating no visible content. That is, the frames are completely black, with no variations in visuals or objects throughout the entire sequence. The environment. The frames are completely black with no visible content throughout the entire sequence. The video shows a series of black frames with no variation in color or objects throughout. It's completely the sequence shows a series of completely black frames, with no visible content or variation in the environment throughout. This video seems to contain only black frames with no visible changes or movement throughout, suggesting a possible technical. The video features a sequence of completely black frames, with no changes in color or objects visible. The video consists of a series of frames that are completely black, with no visible content or changes throughout. The video consists of a series of completely black frames with no visible changes or movements throughout, suggesting that there is a consistent lack of any visible content or changes throughout the entire sequence. No movement, Actions. The video features a completely black screen with no visible characters or objects. The scene remains static throughout. The video consists of a series of completely black frames with no visible changes or movements throughout. The video is a sequence of black frames, indicating no discernible actions or movements within the frames. The video solely showcases a series of black frames, maintaining the same visual throughout. There are no characters. The video consists of a series of frames that are entirely black, with no visible changes or movement. The video entirely consists of a series of frames that are completely black, with no visible actions or changes. The video features a continuous sequence of black frames. There are no discernible actions, objects, or the video is entirely composed of solid black frames with no visible content, actions, or changes throughout it. The video displays a series of static black frames, creating an uninterrupted and continuous dark environment throughout its duration. The video consistently shows a black screen with no variation, actions, or notable events occurring throughout. The video shows a completely black screen throughout its duration, with no variation or noticeable event. It remains. The video shows a completely black screen consistently throughout its duration. There are no visible objects. Characters. The video shows a completely black screen consistently throughout its duration. There are no visible objects, characters. The video is entirely dark, consistently showing a black screen without any visible content or movement throughout its duration. The video shows a completely dark screen consistently throughout its duration. There are no visible objects, characters. The video is entirely dark, showing a consistent black screen with no visible changes or movements. It suggests the video consists of a completely dark screen throughout its duration. There are no visible objects, characters. The video is completely black throughout its duration, showing no visible objects, characters. Actions or changes. The video features completely black screen throughout its duration, indicating no visible objects. Characters. Actions. The video is entirely black with no visible changes, actions, or objects. It seems like a pause. The video consists of a completely black screen with no visible changes, actions, or objects. It remains. The video presents a consistent visual theme of complete darkness, with no visible objects. Characters. Actions. The video displays a completely black screen throughout its duration, indicating no visible actions or changes. The video begins with a completely black screen that remains unchanged for several frames, creating an atmosphere of events. The video presents a sequence of frames filled entirely with darkness, devoid of any visible objects. Characters. The video maintains a consistent black screen throughout its duration, indicating no visible actions or changes. The absence. The video consistently presents a dark, empty screen throughout its duration. There are no visible objects. Characters. The video is completely dark and does not display any visible objects, characters, or changes throughout its duration. The video displays a dark, empty screen consistently throughout its duration. There are no visible objects. Characters. The video maintains a completely dark screen throughout its duration, with no visible objects or characters. The scene. The video features a completely dark screen, indicating no visible actions or changes throughout its duration. The scene. The video shows a completely dark